Okay, welcome back to John Teaches Chinese. Here we're gonna go through the HSK Standard courses, Book 1, the second lesson, which is 谢谢你. Okay, this word I think we have already learned it before. Okay, but we just have a review. This one, 谢西叶谢谢你. Okay. The initials for this lesson could be a little tricky. Okay, we're gonna go through all of this, and this one, uh, this one, maybe this one. These three letters may be a little difficult for some of you. Okay, even difficult for me to explain, especially these two, because there's not too much equivalent. Well, this I put it aside. Later we're gonna go through it. But I can tell you now it's read 周 zhi zhi. Okay. This one is actually an easy one. Okay. It's just like when you read English. Okay. How you read it? Cheap. Right? Ch, ch. Okay. Chicken. Okay. In the CH at the beginning. Ch. Okay. But not the Indian way of reading very, very cheap. Chinese product, very, very cheap. Okay. Not the Indian way, not very cheap. Okay. Not this Indian way. They are reading it very, very, very cheap. Incorrect. Not the Indian English. Okay. You can read it in the American way, but not the second largest democracy. You should read it in the first largest democracy, in the first democracy way. Okay, cheap. Although Indian is uh, of the highest population. Okay, but I do not know why they are saying they are the second largest democracy. Okay, it goes too far. Oh, by the way, this ch cannot. You can only pronounce it in the English way only. Okay, not ch in French. Okay, not this Chanel, not Chanel. Okay, one N or two N, I forgot. Incorrect. Not in Spanish, Español. Okay, no matter you read it cha 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 cha, it is all wrong. Okay, cheap. Okay, also not the most wrong way. Okay, not Bach, not the German way. Okay, not the German way. Okay, but if you say I do not care what's going on in China, okay, I do not care what's really going on with the Chinese. I only want to make money with China. Okay, no problem. You can follow Bach's way. Okay, no problem. This is zh, zh. Okay, this letter is called zh. At the very early beginning, you can regard it in the English way. Reach. But I can tell you, maybe there's only 50% similarity. Not when you say, Rick, do something, you must help me, Rick. Not as it in English. It is more like when you say in the French way. If I do not mistake it, it should be pronounced as Jean. Okay? Or when you say je suis. I think it's more similar to the French way of saying je. Okay, that's just the feeling you should pronounce this one. Je. Okay. So let me see. Let me give you an example. Remember this one? This means human, right? It read z, n. This should be easy, right? N. Second tone, n, plus z, n, ren, human being. Okay? And for a little tip for our dear neighbor, okay, how you gonna read this? This means Japan, people, Japanese people. Okay, it should be read as 日本人，日本人. Careful of here. Here is not the 日本人. Okay, why is not the 日? Instead, it's the 日. I will mention it later in later courses. Okay, but now you just remember, it's the 日. And for Japanese people themselves, okay, be careful. These three characters are not reading 乐意力本人. Okay, you should not read it in this way. Where are you from? 日本. Excuse me, I don't know what you are talking about. Okay, if you are saying 日本, I was thinking of this. I'm studying a book. Okay, I do not know what is 日本. Okay. Okay. Also, you know, when the Japan is invading China, the Japanese, you know, they seems not to be a human being. Okay, it's like the beast. But the dirty history is still going now. Maybe not the invader is no longer the Japanese. Okay, we goes a little far, huh? This one, we're gonna go these two together. This one is 呲. Okay, 呲. How is the equivalent when you are learning your physics in junior high school? When you are talking about the voice and frequency, you get this word, hertz. I think he's from Deutschland. Okay, maybe not. Excuse me. We are still focused on this one. Huh? Or the country Botswana. Okay, Botswana. Botswana. This is the pronunciation of the Chinese C. Okay, Botswana. Okay, and also I noticed that there will be some, this C might have very various pronunciation in other languages, maybe Zhe, maybe Je, maybe Chi, Ivanovich. Okay, it's all incorrect, unfortunately. Okay, it's just, I think this C, the pronunciation of this C is quite unique in Chinese. It's just 呲, okay, 呲. But these are all not that difficult, right? This one maybe at the beginning it's difficult, but actually you will use it all the time in China. For example, I will teach you another very important word. What is this? It's calcium oxide, right? You plus water, you will have a lot of heat, right? Okay. And here we deduct the C and deduct the the oxide, and give a fourth tone. It will become ts, okay? It will become ao, right? And ts, Botswana, ts plus ao, it gives that cao, right? Cao. And remember this word, kao, kao, and cao. Okay, these are, although it's a character, it's just a character pronunciation, but be careful when you are pronounce these two, either of this or that alone. Okay, it can always be replaced with this word. Okay, in English, anytime you want to say this word, you can replace in Chinese either this or that. Okay, also you can replace with this. How do you read this one? 日, same with this character. The Japanese people. 日, right? So actually, it's just a joke, huh? Do not take it seriously. If you just look at the characters, okay, if we forget there is really a country, which is called Japan, okay, it should be separated in this way: 日本人, okay, Japan people. But you can have another way to read it. For example, you separate it from here. 日, 本人, 本人 means somebody himself, okay, himself or herself or themselves, okay. Concerning this 日, is the same with 操 and 靠, and anytime you can replace with this word. So okay, when you are saying Japanese people in Chinese, okay, you should always separate here. If you separate the word, the symbols from here, it will become another meaning. Okay, you will get the listener very confused. Why you are doing yourself? I'm not understand. Okay. Okay, next one is 思. Okay, this one, remember this? It means 3, right? And the pronunciation is 三. Okay, 三, 三. Just like when you say the words suck. Okay, the same S here. Okay, this should be very easy. And I give you a small example, huh? Excuse me. Give me a moment. Okay. Okay. I think the Japanese people would know it. This is the Mitsubishi. Okay. Mitsubishi in Chinese, we read it 四安三了营零三零三零. Yeah, actually, I know this company used to help Japan, to make weapons and send it to China to help Japanese army and government to invade China, but it's all past. Okay, the Sanling Group has already entered even the economy of China. Nowadays, I mean. Okay, excuse me. We're gonna go back to these 2 letters. So the rest we have already learned. This is ch, sh, r, c, s. Okay, these are all not that difficult, and you can actually find some equivalent. However, these 2, even for me, it's always a headache because I cannot guide the student at once, immediately. For example, this one read 知, 知. Okay, here I will just give the example because really there's no such kind of a pronunciation in the language that I know. This character, okay, this kanji, you must read it. You must know it, learn it. This one, read 知 o 周. Okay, this is o, this is 知. I have to read 周. Okay, and for example, this one means state or province. Because in ancient time, actually, it should be more translated into state. Okay, but nowadays, because the state will refer to something like the state of Kuwait, a state of Qatar. Okay, it will refer the Chinese, especially the majority and their government staff, that you are calling a city or province. You are calling it an independent country. Okay, you better I dare not to translate it into state. Okay, it's changing in the history. If I translate into state, I might be sent into the jail because I'm separating the country. Okay, And this zhou, you will see a lot of what zhou in China. Okay, it's all because of the history. For example, yeah, we give this one. 歌吴昂广吴昂网歌王广Guangzhou means Canton. Okay, if I do not spell it wrong, Canton, Guangzhou. Excuse me. No, not this. Guangzhou is Guangdong. Okay, excuse me. This is the province name, and the capital of that province is Guangzhou. Okay, excuse me. Forget the canton. Okay, Guangzhou. You might find if you are always transiting in, for example, in Dubai, in Phuket, you can see always things customer to Guangzhou, a traveler to Guangzhou. You may find some of the Chinese, they are always late for their boarding gate because they don't know what you are talking about. They don't know Guangzhou is Guangzhou. Okay, Guang, maybe you can pronounce it similar, but you are saying this, you are calling this one Zhao. Okay, we cannot understand what you are saying. So that's why the Chinese are usually late for their boarding gate. Okay, this one read Zhi O Zhou, Guangzhou. Okay, it is a little similar with this Zhi. For example, this is Jia. Okay, this is Zhi A Zha. Jia, Zha. Okay, Zha means to step. Jia means home. Okay, and because some of the foreigner, they can, as they learn it, they get even confused with these two sounds. Although these two sounds is never even similar for Chinese, but for foreigner, some of them they get confused. Okay, and also we give you another even more difficult one. This one is called zhi. This one read zhi zheng, zhi o zhou, zheng zhou. Okay, it's not Zhangzhou. If you are saying where are you going, you're going to Zhangzhou. Excuse me, I have totally no idea what you are talking about. Zhengzhou. Okay, and the most confused thing comes also when we are talking about the place that foreigner is going to. Is this one. This is also the reason why you should always learn Chinese. This one is yu, is xi, right? And when ji, qi, xi, yi plus yu, okay? And when this form meets yu, the yu will become right in this way. But still, it is like this, okay? It's still yu, but just we remove the dot. So it should be read as a xu zhou. But the foreigner, I do not know why they read it Zhu Zhao. Zhu Zhao. Okay, I do not know what means Zhu Zhao. Okay, how can I know it? You see, it's read very different. Xu Zhou, and they read it Zhu Zhao. Okay, when they read Zhu Zhao, at first time, I think about this city, which read Suzhou. Okay, both of these two cities are very important city in the eastern part of China. Okay, this one is Suzhou, and this one is Xuzhou. Zhou. Okay, and also in the word China. Okay, we have already learned Japan, and now we are learning China. Okay, this one is 知翁中歌乌我国 middle country. Okay, together is the meaning, means China. Okay, 中国 okay, 知翁中中国 okay, and this one is 知翁中和乌阿华 okay, 中华 Hua, no problem. Okay, but I do not know why. Even on our own cigarette, this means Chinese, okay, not the Chinese national, okay, not the People's Republic of China. When you're talking about this 中华, it means all the people of Chinese root. Okay, so 中华 generally is a little bigger than China. It might be, okay. So if you are calling the Chinese, the Malaysia Chinese or Chinese Malaysia, that means his nationality is Malaysia. Okay, you can call him Chinese with this meaning. Okay, he's no longer this Chinese. Okay, because his nationality is not People's Republic of China. Okay, but he is still this Chinese. Okay, maybe he will deny, but it's generally it means this way. Okay, this is 中华, but this also a brand name of a Chinese cigarette, which the tar is maybe 13. Okay, where which foreigner will become headache. You will see it. He write 中华. I do not know why. Maybe because of the Cantonese. I do not know. Or why it's mentioned ch instead of zh. I do not know. Okay. Okay, we just know the 中国. Okay, this one read 知. Okay, 知. There's no equivalent. If you find any equivalent in some popular language, please let me know. 知. Okay, this one is 资. Maybe you will say this z sounds similar with it in English. Okay, you read it z, right, in zoo or z. Okay, but it's not z, it's z. Okay, you may find what you are talking about. Yes, you know, even with the best mic, okay, it's not that easy for foreigners who have never learned Chinese to tell the difference. Even I standing in front of your face, maybe you are not that easy to tell the difference. Okay, it's just z. Okay, if I put the letter, put some finals behind it, you will find the difference. For example, this is ao, right? You plus z, it gives that zao. But if you read it in the English way, okay, you will read it zao, right? It's not zao. It's not z, zao. No, incorrect. It's zao, z, zao. Okay? If you can't tell the difference, no problem. You just need to, maybe you take these two letters, okay? Ask the Chinese. Ask him to pronounce it for you for maybe 5 times. You might be able to tell the difference. Okay, this zao, right? Generally, it's this zao, to make, and made in China. Okay, this is made in China. A lot of products. Okay, you can see it. Some of you like, some people you don't like. Ooh, China! I do want China. Okay, some you like, some you don't like. No problem from us. But if you buy made in China, inside China, usually you will see 中国制造 之翁中歌乌哦国之制自奥造中国制造 China, both of these two character means make or made. Okay, 中国制造 China made. Okay, not make in India. Okay, it's made in China. Okay, 中国制造 Okay, China made, China make. Okay, well, China, we make a lot of products. Okay, I know a lot of you Chinese product quality very very bad. Okay, 中国制造 is same like the Chinese teachers. It varies very very much. Okay, some is of extremely high quality. For example, I remember there's one guy. My father bought it from China, from Japan. It's used from in the past 40 years. Okay, but it's clearly mentioned 中国制造. Okay, just because it's of good quality, then that gentleman think it's made from Japan. I don't know. Okay, but back to that time, you know, the sewing machine, I do not think we will export our machine to Japan, and his father imported it from Japan. What's more, it's just mentioned People's Republic made. Okay, 中国制造, 中华人民共和国制造. How can his father imported it from Japan? I have no idea. Okay, 中国制造. Okay, also China not only make normal products, China is also good at making God. Okay, yes, this God, they make God, 造神, this one, making God. Okay, and for example, that guy, Confuse, okay, who is a good educator, they make it to God. Okay, they say him is God. I do not know why. You can ask the majority. Okay, I don't know why they have to make a human being into God. Okay, 造神, 自傲造, 之翁中国制造, made in China. Okay, we have already learned almost all of the initials. Most of it is easy to pronounce and easy to remember, and some of them is not as usual as in most of the language. So you better, always go to the Chinese and ask them. At least you need to hear from how they speak. I remember when I learned Arabic, that different, I think, is writing this way. Jim is okay, but Jim ha. Okay, these two plus this one, it is very difficult for me to distinguish. And also this is a dot or what? I forgot. I have already a little forgot. Okay, all of these letters. I remember that time, that the entire afternoon, just these letters, these 4 letters. There's the Palestinian guy. Okay, back to that time, in the old time, China is always support Palestine. Okay, but nowadays the Chinese people, the majority of the majority are the most against the Palestine and all the Arabic. Okay, I do not know why. Okay, even when China and India are having issues, even the Israeli immediately send their weapons to India. Still, the Chinese people will still support Israel. I do not know why. You can ask the majority. I don't know why. But back to that time, when I was young, still China is to have a close relationship. At least we always support Palestine. So that is the reason why that Palestinian guy in China, he can have a chance to talk with me, and he's guiding me face to face, even closer than from me to that camera. But still, I cannot distinguish what he's talking about. What is the difference between those letters? Okay, and I finally remember nothing. Okay, So it is quite normal because I am foreigner, okay, to Arabic. It is quite normal for me to not be able to distinguish which part of his organ is making the sound. Also, when I talk with some Indians, they told me there's some like that da 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 da. I have totally no idea what is the difference. Okay, I can tell the difference. I don't know how he make it. Okay, but gradually you gonna know it. Okay, for example, you the better way to distinguish these letters is you go to a speaker who have already conquered this Chinese character and ask him for some advice, especially when this gentleman uh, is speaking the same language as you speak. Okay, shui shui, you gonna know how to read it. Okay, that's for today. The next class we're gonna go through the finals. Okay, yalla, see you, bye bye.